Hi dear children, welcome to the channel. Welcome to the chemistry class standard 10 CBSE portion. We are dealing with the CBSE portion unit 1 and we have already taken 2 or 3 small portion under this chapter, and now we can discuss what are the different types of chemical reactions. The unit name is chemical reaction and chemical equation. Now the portion balancing the equation we have already discussed, and the next portion is types of chemical reactions. Then when we say about a chemical reaction, what is a chemical reaction? Chemical reaction is breaking of bonds and the making of bonds. Breaking and the making of bonds is called a chemical reaction. That we have already discussed what is a chemical reaction. Then a chemical reaction is represented using a chemical equation. That also we have discussed. And what are the different types of chemical reaction? Mainly 4 types of chemical reactions are there. They are 1. Combination reaction, 2. Decomposition reaction, 3. Displacement reaction, 4. Double displacement reaction or partner exchange reaction. These are the 4 different types of reactions that we can see in this chapter, and also mainly these are the 4 different types of reactions discussed under chemistry. And first one is combination reaction. Combination reaction means that the name indicate that is, it is a combination of 2 or more things. That is, in plants we know that plants absorb carbon dioxide, absorb water, and in the presence of sunlight it is preparing food and it is stored in the leaves, flowers, like that. You know that. Similarly, in different chemical reaction, 2 or more elements or compounds are combining and a new substance is formed. And that is a combination reaction. For example, water, hydrogen and oxygen. These 2 are 2 gases and they are combining and forming water. So a new substance is formed. This is a combination reaction. Let us see what is a combination reaction. Combination reaction is a reaction in which 2 or more substances combine to give a single substance. That is, here combination takes place. They combine and form a new product. This here is an example. There is an example. Calcium oxide. Take calcium oxide in a beaker. Pinch of 1 or 2 teaspoon calcium oxide is taken in a beaker and just add a little bit of water. Then you touch the sides of the beaker. You can see that you feel warmth or it's light hot. The beaker will be warmer. What is the reason? The reason is here, along with the product calcium hydroxide, heat is also produced. This is an exothermic reaction. We have studied earlier, that is, exothermic reaction is a reaction in which heat is evolved or liberated. Here, during the reaction, calcium oxide, when combined with water, it produces calcium hydroxide, and along with the product, heat is also produced. That's why when we touch the sides of the beaker, we feel hot. That is because of the heat is generated or given out. This is a combination reaction, as well as this is also called an exothermic reaction. When a reaction takes place along with the product, if heat is also produced, it is an exothermic reaction. And you know what is an endothermic reaction? If during a reaction, if heat energy is absorbed, it is called endothermic reaction. So this is an exothermic reaction. Here plus heat, I have written plus heat. This is an example. So here also you can have a public exam question, that is what is meant by exothermic reaction. Define an exothermic reaction and give an example for an exothermic reaction. You can write this reaction. Then you can say that along with the answer, when calcium hydroxide combined with water, calcium hydroxide is the product, and along with that heat is also produced, and this is an example for exothermic reaction, and this is an example for combination reaction also. And these two substances are combining. Here, which are the two substances combining? Calcium oxide combines with water and form calcium hydroxide. So this is a combination reaction. Here, another examples for combination reaction. C plus O2 gives CO2. Then H2 plus O2 gives H2O. All these are another examples for combination reaction. Here carbon and oxygen are combining. Here hydrogen and oxygen, these two are combining to form water. Hydroxide react with the carbon dioxide, gives calcium carbonate and water. In our daily life situation, this reaction we can see that during whitewashing, that is on our walls, like this, when we whitewash our walls using the calcium hydroxide, and gradually it will absorb carbon dioxide from the atmosphere and form calcium carbonate. After whitewashing, after 2 or 3 days, we can see the walls having a shiny white appearance. That is because of the formation of calcium carbonate. And along with that, water drops also can be seen on the walls. That is, water is also formed along with that. And this is a daily situation, daily life situation in which we can see the combination reaction. So you can also connect so many reactions that we are studying in our chemistry topic to our daily life situation. Then you can make your chemistry learning very interesting. That you have to, the children, you have to note all these things. From the nature also we can have a lot of information. Then your study will become easier and your memory will become sharp. I think you know about exothermic and endothermic reaction. In 8th standard, 9th standard, you have studied the difference between exothermic and endothermic reaction. Exo means something is given out. Exothermic, the term is the word used for heat. So exothermic reaction means during a reaction when heat energy is released or given out, it is called exothermic reaction. There are certain reactions in which heat energy is given out. Here is an example. That is, methane react with the oxygen. That is burning of methane, natural gas we can say. And during the burning of natural gas or methane, lot of heat is given out. That is an exothermic reaction. It is a fuel. Methane is actually a fuel. In biogas, the main component present in biogas is methane. In natural gas, what is the main gas? Natural gas is methane, CH4. These are used as fuel. Why it is used as fuel? Because when it is burned, a lot of heat is generated or given out. So these are used as fuels. Here, this is an exothermic reaction because during the burning of methane in oxygen or air, lot of heat is produced. That is, plus heat means heat is given out during the process. Along with the product, heat is also produced. That is the meaning. That is why we are writing plus heat along with the product. This is the product side. Along with the product, we are writing plus heat because heat is also generated. When heat is liberated or heat is given out during a reaction, it is called exothermic reaction. There are also another more examples for this exothermic reaction. Decomposition of vegetable matter. That is when we put the vegetable matter, that is the waste from the kitchen, etc., into a compost, into a small pit. You can prepare such pits in your home. Then in that you can place one layer vegetable waste. Then after above that sand or mud or sand. Then after that you can also place a layer of vegetable waste. Then after some days it will turn into a compost, that you know how to prepare compost and all. Then when you place your finger inside that compost, you can see that after 2 or 3 days you can feel heat is generated. It becomes warm when you place your finger inside the compost, inside that pit. What is the reason? Because that the decaying of vegetable matter is a very good example for exothermic reaction. And also you might have seen that That is when we take food. In our body, respiration take place. That you have studied in biology. And during respiration, food particles are broken down with the help of oxygen. During that process, energy is given out. That energy makes the body warm and also keep us energetic for doing a lot of activities. We are getting energy from that. So that's an also example for exothermic reaction. Food we take in the form of carbohydrate or glucose, that is potatoes, starch, bread, rice. All these things are broken down into glucose, and when the glucose combined with the oxygen, that is turned into carbon dioxide and water. Along with that, heat is produced. That heat energy makes us energetic, and that is why we are getting energy from the food that we take. So this is an example for exothermic reaction, and also this is an example for combination reaction. So this is a combination reaction as well as exothermic reaction. Here in this exothermic reaction, a lot of heat energy is generated. So this is the equation for representing the respiration that is taking place in our body. That is C6H12O6. This is glucose. Glucose react with the glucose that we are getting from rice, potato, bread, etc. that react with the oxygen in our body and turn into carbon dioxide and water. Along with that, heat is produced. This heat energy, that is the energy that keep us alive and also that make us energetic. That is the energy that we are using for doing our all the day-to-day activities. So this is all about the combination reaction. You can see so many examples from our surroundings also for the combination reaction, and this is also an example for exothermic reaction. So here you have a lot of questions also. That is what is meant by exothermic reaction. Give one or two examples. You can have a lot of examples. This is one example, and then what is meant by combination reaction? Define combination reaction. That also we can give the definition. That is two or more substances combined to give a new product, that is called combination reaction. Then give some examples for combination reaction. That is also another question. We'll see the remaining topic in the next video. So please share the video to all your friends. Then subscribe the channel. Thank you. Hari.